Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Today we are starting a new mission in our career, and this is going to upgrade our power station, retrofit it with new reactor, and add a fusion reactor to the chain, upgrading our power capacity to a couple gigawatts. We will also add a science laboratory, which will allow us to reprocess the nuclear fuels and prolong the lifespan of the reactor sufficiently long. So here is the first launch, which is basically the science lab and a bit more radiators to keep the heat at bay. And we're going for our usual ascent profile with an encounter at the end. So here we go. We use the Kerbal alarm clock to get to the closest approach to our target, which is not the same as the thing shown by the map, because map only shows approaches near the intersection of the orbits, and the Kerbal alarm clock is capable of showing these things without the intersection. And we are doing the usual get closer to the target and kill the lateral velocity thing. After we killed our velocity, we have to orient to the target and burn prograde to get closer to it and have actual encounter. So let's use the Kerbal alarm clock again, but it doesn't show us the good encounter for now, so we'll continue the burn until we got this. A very close encounter, and what we have to do is reorient the space station itself and go for the docking maneuver. As you see, it is happening at 4 times normal speed. In normal time, it took a little bit longer. And it looks like the station itself is not 100% balanced, and it doesn't really want to translate properly, but it doesn't stop us, and we have a nice docking. Let's decouple our engine, and let's see what we can do. Our goal is to first move the Kerbals into the laboratory, and then we are going to try to start reprocessing the fuels or refuel the reactor, because we have some fuel with us. So let's get the Kerbal. Nope, doesn't work. Apparently the reactor is full with fission products, so all we can do is reprocess, but we don't have power to do that. So what we're going to do? Let's try it again. Take the Kerbal on EVA, get him close to the reactor. Or maybe we can take the fuel from the can and move it to the reactor. Maybe that's what we have to do. Nope. So let's try to refuel it again. Nope. Alright, we need to provide it with power. So let's do that. Let's orient to Kerbal. And let's see what we can think of. And we can think of that little power station. What it will do is provide a little bit of power to our orbital station by the means of this fusion reactor, and it will transmit it through the transceiver. So let's switch to our station and turn the receiver on, and now we can actually do the reprocessing. Yes, we need to maybe try to refuel. Nope. But we are reprocessing the fuel, so we can time warp around and we'll see what will happen in a couple of orbits. Yep, fission products are falling down and the uranium is going up. So that's what we needed, and now we're starting the second part. This is going to be the fusion reactor, which will be using the energy from fission reactor to initiate the fusion process and create even more thermal energy and feed additional electric generator and produce even more megajoules. So we are ascending quite rapidly. Unfortunately, this rocket was a little bit too powerful, but it doesn't really matter. We get outside of the atmosphere and we can circularize here. It is less efficient than it could have been, but it is efficient enough for us. And I decided that I'll leave the whole ascent stage in the video, because we haven't seen it for a couple of episodes. So why not leave it for one episode full in? Let's set our station as a target and let's start going for the encounter. We're going to raise our apoapsis and also change the inclination to match that of the station, so that we can easily get with the encounter. And here we go. Just a tiny bit more. And now we can use the Kerbal alarm clock, but it doesn't show really good encounters. So let's go for the maneuver at our apoapsis and raise our periapsis until we get the encounter. And the encounter we're getting is quite good. It's 1 kilometer from the target. Of course it could have been closer, but 1 kilometer is good enough. And here is our maneuver. Just raising the periapsis enough. And let's see what we got. Almost there. We need a tiny correction. And we can do that with our RCS, because it is much less powerful. So let's orient to the node and let's use our RCS for the burn itself. Okay, it looks good enough. Let's time warp closer to the encounter. And now we can actually burn retrograde, kill our lateral velocity. Okay. And start the approach. Orient to the target and burn to it. 10 meters per second should be enough. Yes, it does look like it is enough. And there is our target, 500 meters away from us. Let's remove our stage, even though we had a little bit delta V there, and oops. It doesn't strike the station. So what we have to do now is remove all the velocity that we have. Change to the station and orient it the way so that it is easier to dock, or basically in direction away from the docking spaceship. Okay, let's take this spaceship again and go for the docking maneuver. Unfortunately, somewhere in the middle of the docking, Windows decided that I definitely need sticky keys, and after I turned it off, I forgot to turn on the recording again. So here is the result. We only missed approximately 1 minute of video. So what we are going to do is we're going to use our fission reactor to produce power and use that power to start fusion reactor. Also, the fission reactor will be used to produce tritium, and the fusion reactor will be used for the same goal. And in the end, we are producing 4.9 gigawatt of power, which we can beam across the cosmos and power our different crafts. But that will happen in future episodes. For now, thank you all for watching. Remember to like, dislike, and comment this video in the section below. My name is Darlock, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!